BRI comes in and if Nepal becomes an entity party to BRI, from 30 projects to 9 projects, we were able to convince them to restrict it, not become a full-blown entity to BRI. How much of it will impact Bharat? Then there is KP Sharma Oli and Chinese interests, and how much will they then seep in closer to Bharatiya boundaries? These are big questions. Professor Swaran Singh, School of International Studies, JNU, joins us. Yuvraj Gimire, journalist from Nepal, will be joining us in a bit. Prabhu Dayal, Ambassador Prabhu Dayal joins us, former diplomat, and Arun Anand, columnist, also joins us. Namaste. Thank you very, very much for your time, gentlemen. Let me first ask you, Arun Anand, just recently you've penned an opinion piece on News18.com, which also raises similar concerns. So let me ask you, why should we be worried? It's not the first time KP Sharma Oli has come within the power corridors.
I think we need to be a little more concerned because I'll just share with you a very interesting development which happened in 2017. In 2017, the Chinese ensured that both the factions of Communist Party, Oli and Chanda, they should merge their party. They merged their parties, and Oli became Prime Minister, and that in the same year they signed the BRI 35 projects of they signed consent for that, though they have not started yet. The implementation framework is yet to be signed, and these projects have been reduced to 9 now. But it could not be a coincidence that when these two leaders come together. So, and Chinese envoy is known to be playing a very significant role in bringing these two factions together. In fact, they were very upset when in 2021 this party had got split. So, if you look at the internal dynamics of Nepal politics, it's very clear that the Chinese have been trying to bring both the communist factions together, and now they have been able to bring these two factions together. So this will have, of course, significant significant ramifications for India also.
Professor Swaran Singh with us. How would you see these developments, sir?
I think first of all, relations between Nepal and India always had their own share of irritations. The new thing that is an issue of concern is how these are now being increasingly calibrated, often triggered by how some of the leaders in Kathmandu wish to propitiate or show their loyalty towards Beijing. And the Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's period, starting from January 2016, was obviously the most challenging period in that sense of ensuring a certain partnership with Nepal. One can go back to 1988-89 when Chinese had for the first time started supplying weapons. So all the way now, I think the mention was made of political influence that Beijing is increasingly wielding now in Kathmandu is something that India has to really take note of. Not that it is a matter of worry for India. India is too seriously engaged with Nepal. Nepal is too closely engaged with India. 500,000 Indians are in Nepal, 500,000 Nepalese are in India. Very different kind of intense relationship, which is often described as roti-beti ka relationship. It's not a matter of worry, but definitely something that concerns India. If Nepalese were taking on cudgels with India, whether on border or on other issues on their own, that is one kind of an issue. But if they are doing so on, sort of egging by the Beijing leadership, which is trying to sort of relationship with India. So increasingly, if relationship becomes subject to China-India equations, I think that is where India has to really reckon it very carefully and ensure that leaders in Kathmandu understand what is in their national interest, how various other countries who have joined the Belt and Road Initiative have suffered all kinds of difficulties because these are not commercially viable projects, one after another. And there are lessons for Kathmandu to learn, and their relationship with India is so unique that there is absolutely no possibility of any other country replacing that relationship. But the efforts to create unexpected irritants in that sense, and some of the local leaders playing that sort of tune to Beijing to propitiate and please Beijing is something that can be a sort of new thing for India to address. But as I keep saying, I don't think it is a matter of enormous worry for India because India's relationship and engagement is very unique.
The
And
worry
only
is
thing
not
is that it
the,
will be
the worry, Professor Saab, is not Nepal or Nepalese. The issue is never the Nepal or Nepalese. It's certain leaders, political entities who are influenced by the PLA and CCP, and what PLA, CCP or Chinese authorities and the Chinese entity machinations will be. How they will use Nepalese territory to not just further their economic interests, the BRI, but that becomes a strategic issue for us, because they will